Well, hi everybody, it's Gail, and I'm doing something new. I'm doing makeovers on Monday, and every Monday you're going to see a new makeover, and I'll walk you through prep steps. And here's another thing that I'll do is I'll do one half of my face, and the other half will be left plain, so you can see the significant difference, right, about each step. So my makeovers are coming from the Fall Lookbook that you can go online and grab a copy. Or you can check your email. I would have sent you a link for this, or you would have received it in the mail. So there's a few different ways to grab it. Okay. Now, the look I'm doing today is the fall fresh berry look. I just love the berry tones of fall. Everything. Like, if I could, I'd have bowls full of all different color berries just because I think they're so pretty and have them all over my house. Just what I need. A whole bunch of bowls of cherries or berries and all those beautiful colors, but they have critters. Anyway, well, let's come back to this. So what have I done to prep my skin so far? Well, first I used our new Mary Kay Time Wise 3D system, which is a cleanser, a moisturizer, a daily defense protector, or a sunscreen product. And then this evening I will use my cleanser. Then I'll put on my night recovery and then finish with my moisturizer. So this moisturizer is used morning and evening. And I'll do a whole separate video and workshop on this. But for right now, I just want to let you know those were my prep steps. Okay. So what's the next thing that I did? Let me take my glasses off so you can see that this side of my face, this side of my face already has its concealer on. This side, nothing. See, it's just plain. So let me walk you through the concealer step just so, and I'm not going to put anything on this side. I just want to walk through the steps. Okay. So I've got a little makeup on my hand. Pardon me for a second. Okay. So on this side, what I did, the first thing that I did is I put on Mary Kay Eye Primer. Now the Mary Kay Eye Primer, you squirt out just a little bit, like I would say like a fingerprint amount on, and pat it on both of your eyelids. So that's first thing that I did after my moisturizer is on. And I just let that set for maybe 15 seconds or so. And then the next thing that I do is I start with my two concealers. So I use the very light ivory on the eyelid, and I go just on the inside with this great little applicator. It's called the doe foot, and I just tap it on the inside here. Then I go back and I blend it with my fingertip or a Q-tip if I don't want to use a sponge or what have you. Then on the bottom, I use the under eye corrector. And in the under eye corrector, one of the things I absolutely love about this is that it takes care of that purpleness, that happens under the eye. See the difference? One eye with, one eye without. And this is under eye corrector, great for all ivory and beige skin tones. Rich skin tones in the bronze family would use one of the other perfecting concealers to get a similar result. Okay, so I have that underneath, and I just dab it on like in a V formation. And then I actually use my liquid foundation brush and just finish dabbing it in place. So it's kind of a V formation on my cheek, and you can see the color difference right there, right? Okay, so that's the next thing. So now let's start with a makeover, because I'm going to be using 3 different eyeshadow colors. And I'm also going to start actually with my eyebrows. And I need to put my glasses on to see where everything is. So bear with me as I do this, okay? So I'm going to be using actually 2 components for my eyebrows. I'm going to use a precision eyebrow pencil, and then I'm also going to be using eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using what we call a spoolie brush to help brush my eyebrows afterwards. So I'm going to work just on this eyebrow over here. So first I combed my eyebrow to get any particles or what have you off of my eyebrow before I go ahead and apply my little eyebrow pencil to it. So today I'm using Blonde Precision Eyebrow Pencil, and I'm just making feather strokes on my eyebrow, going all the way out. Now we have a separate workshop and training on the eyebrow and where and how to do it. So for today, I'm just using Blonde. Better than this eyebrow that doesn't have too much going on. But then I want to tone that down a little bit. So I use an eyeshadow color that is called, from my eyeshadow tray over here, Cashmere Haze. And I'm just going to dab a little bit of that with my brush just to give that a little bit of a gray tone. So I'm putting on a precision brow liner and a little bit of eyeshadow over that. Then I go back with the spoolie brush and I just comb it because I want it to look like eyebrow hairs. And I just want to put a little bit. Isn't that a difference? And it's so easy. And it's eyeshadow and precision brow, right? Those two goodies. Could I use the brow tint? I could, but this is what I'm currently doing today. So I just wanted to show you this one for today. So that's my eyebrow step right there. And then I'm going to move into my eyeshadows. And so the first thing I'm going to grab is following my directions here. Make sure I've got this going correctly. I'm going to be using the Mary Kay Sunlit Rose, and it goes from the base to the lower lash line. So base and lower lash line. So the Sunlit Rose, looking for it in my a lineup over here. Okay, here it is. And that's going to go from the base to the lash line. So I'm going to apply that from the base to the lash line. And what I love about these eyeshadows is the simple fact that they are Chroma Fusion eyeshadows. And if you were to take a molecule of this eyeshadow and cut it in half, like under a microscope and zoom in, you would see that the eyeshadow is the same color all the way through. Most eyeshadows only are colored on the outside with some type of a bead product on the inside that's clear, that shows no color, and that's why eyeshadow fades. But our shadow is the same color on the outside as it is on the inside. Think of it this way. If you were to crack a rock open, would the outside of the rock look just like the inside of the rock? Well, it depends on the rock. But that's what ours look like. So that's step number one. Now let me put my glasses back on. See step number two. So step number two is I'm going to apply the golden mauve just in the crease. So I'm going to switch to a crease brush, which has this little like wedge edge to it, if you can see it. And I'm looking for golden mauve. Okay, I found it. You know, I'm looking at my whole tray of colors here. Okay, so here's my golden mauve. And I want to put that just on the crease. So I'm going to just pat that carefully just on the crease. See how that riches it up a little bit? And it just goes in the crease, a little bit more towards the outside and into the crease. There's that step right there. And then step number three is I'm going to be using crystalline all over. So with the crystalline, I use my Mary Kay all over brush, and I pick up the crystalline shade that has just a pretty little bit of shimmer. I'm going to be able to take my glasses off. And first I'm going to go under my eyebrow, and then I'm going to load some more. And I'm going to just, I like to put a little bit on my eyelid, but not all the way, and just blend it. I just want that. I don't want to lose my other color. Okay. Then if I feel like I have a little bit of a line for my eyeshadow, I want to just go and blend that line a little bit with my all over brush. Then sometimes I like to make sure that I've got a little bit more definition. And so just to go off grid a little bit, I'm going to take that, remember that spoolie brush, but here's this wedgy side of it. And I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that darker shade of eyeshadow. And I'm just going to blend it a little bit underneath there. Let me give you the name on which one I'm using for that one. Okay, I'm pulling the golden mauve. Just a little bit richer in color. And I just want to put a little bit just under my eye, my bottom liner, my bottom lash line rather. And I'm just dragging that color a little bit. Then I want to finish that design off with a little bit of our new waterproof, waterproof eyeliner. Oh my goodness, do I love this. And the sharpener is this little gizmo right here, so I can sharpen it if I want to, but I typically don't sharpen my pencil. And you know why? Because I want to be able to comb it across, just little feather strokes. Then I go back with my brush and kind of blend it. So it looks just like a graduation of colors. Just looks like it's kind of smoothed off into my eyeshadows. So I don't like that harsh line, or I just prefer not to have that line. So let me flip to my mag side so I can see it. So I'm starting the inside corner, and I'm just making a soft little lines all the way out. This doesn't show so much right here. There we go. So I'm just making a little line right along the base of my eyelash. And then when I get to the outside corner, I just pick that back up a little bit. Okay, that's that. Then if I want to put a little bit under my eyes, I won't go straight to the corner. I'll go just shy of the corner, and I'll just bring that forward a little bit. about halfway. And if I wanted to do something really fun, I could take each corner and just wing it out a little bit as two separate lines. So let's see if I can do that today. Can you see those two separate little brown lines? It's kind of a trendy look right there. Oops. Wow, huh? Okay, so that's my eyeshadow. And just on one eye. And then the next step from there is I want to just let that rest for just a minute. I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to it. So I'm going to use my Mary Kay Ultimate Mascara. This is my favorite all-time mascara. So I'm going to apply that in upward outward motion. And I roll the brush as I go along. Oh, and I can see I might need to blend that eyeshadow on the bottom, or that liner on the bottom a little bit. Amazing what you can see when you turn your mirror to magnified side. And just roll that a little bit more. The Ultimate Mascara, what I love about this is it just gives my lashes length and volume. And the shape of the brush allows it to just kind of envelop the entire eyelash hair. And then on the bottom, I just do a little tweaking down like here. I know my eyelashes are there even if I can't see them. And then I just will roll a little bit more in my tube. I don't need to go back in my tube and pump my mascara. There's plenty of mascara on my wand. All I really need to do is just rotate my wand. It's so simple. And then just dab a little bit of mascara on everywhere. I'll also provide the video on how to do this according to Mary Kay, but I think it's neat just to see one person doing it and see how I got a little mascara oopsie up there. I'm just going to let that dry for a minute, and then I can go back and plunk that off, no problem. And then see how it looks like my eyeliner's kind of gone a little bit wild there. I might just go back and sharpen that up a little bit with my liquid foundation brush. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my mascara, my little mascara oopsie to fling off, and just let that dry, and then I'll just take my brush and pick that off. Let me see if I can do it now. Yep, there you go, all better. And then if you have any flakes under your eyelashes from putting your mascara on, same kind of thing. Okay, so now I want to, from there, I want to move on to actually my foundation. So I use two products for my foundation. Number one is I put on Mary Kay foundation primer. Ta-da! And then I put on Mary Kay CC cream. And I often use my CC cream as like a color base before I put another color on. So what I've done is I put them together on my hand, and I'm actually going to mix them, and I'm using a liquid foundation brush. This is what we call Mary Kay airbrushing. And the Mary Kay foundation primer, it fills in the cracks. It makes my makeup stay longer. It's it is smudge resistant. It fills in the cracks. It makes the foundation stay on longer. All the things I want to have happen. And if you look closely at your face, you kind of go, oh yeah, maybe you've got a chickenpox scar, or, maybe you've just got a line that you don't want to accent. That's what's nice about using foundation primer. And I mix it in with the CC cream for just the perfect blend. So I go ahead and I just kind of go in a spinning motion. And like I said, I'm only going to do half my face so you can see the difference. And then I'll go up above. And by using a brush and going in an upward motion with the foundation and with the foundation primer, this takes care of the pores. And what do I mean by that? Because pores will have edges, but what if I'm going up and down as I'm finishing up, I'm making sure that I get this into the pores, which is where I want it to be after I apply it. Okay. So that's the Mary Kay airbrushing. Isn't that amazing? But I do two more steps in this department. The next thing that I put on is a little bit of, and I use my Mary Kay all over brush, is the Mary Kay Silky Setting Powder. So this is like the next generation of our mineral powder. I get a little bit in my brush head, and this is my all over powder brush. And then I literally just kind of powder puff this all over my complexion. I don't usually put it in the eye zone, but I love the nice finish that this gives. And if I want to have A nice matte finish for the day. This is my go-to. So that's step number one. Then I finish off with Mary Kay Translucent Loose Powder that gives the skin that luminosity. And powder right over that. And you could do a little bit on your eye with that one. Okay. And then the last thing that I like to do is I like to put a little bit of blush on. So let me see what our design calls for blush and then for lip liners. Okay. So our blush, today they're recommending Shy Blush. So let me grab my Master Blush collection here and find my Shy Blush and use my blush brush. So the blush brush has a cool little wedgeroo to it. Okay, and let's find the Shy Blush here in my collection of things. Okay, I'm going to load my Shy Blush up so you can see it's on the brush. And I'm just going to take it off for a minute. I'm just going to put a little puff right here on my cheek. You know, they say smile and put it up on the high point of your cheek. And so there I am. There I did. High point of the cheek. Just blend that up a little bit. Just enough to show. And then I believe she also has one more thing on in addition. Whoops. Got to make sure you can see here, Gail. She's got on, the highlighter over the Shy Blush. So same brush. I just kind of wipe it on a washcloth for a minute and go back and grab a little bit of the highlighter in glazed. And just to see the colors that I've used, this is my Shy Blush down here. Here's the glaze up here. And that's going to go just above, right here, just above. And I might bring that glaze all the way up so like a nice C formation like that. How about that? I might bring a little bit of glaze down onto the tip of my nose and even a little bit on my chin. How about that? Okay, then the last thing that I want to do is I want to work with my lips. So I still use Mary Kay lip primer, and I'm going to put a little bit of lip primer on my lip, top and bottom. Remember, I'm just doing half my design, and then on the skin around it. I probably should have done this before I put my foundation on. So I'm just going to let that sit for just a second. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, so that primer is sitting, and I'm just letting it dry for a minute. The color of lip liner that I'm using today is called Berry Lip Liner. This is the new Mary Kay waterproof lip liner, which I absolutely love. Oh my gosh. Waterproof lip liners. Holy cow, what a breakthrough. So I'm going to start at the center of my lip, and I'm going to just make a little X or a half an X because I want to have it nice and precise. So that's line number one. Then I'm going to go to the outside corner. I'm going to pull my lips taut so it's easy to apply. And then on the bottom, I'm going to draw a line in the center, but I'm just going to do half a center since I'm just doing half a look. And then I'm going to fill in with the same color completely, top and bottom. There you go. Now we're going to just let that sit for just a second. And then my last thing that I'm going to put on is going to be my Mary Kay Apple Berry Lipstick. Ta-da! And this is, just to make sure I've got this right, this is the Semi-Shine Appleberry. I wear this color a lot. I love it. Okay, so berry with berry. Now you can do a quick matte and blot. And I'm just going to use a piece of paper to blot because that's what I've got hando dando. And then I'm going to go back, and you can also dust this with a little bit of translucent loose powder and apply it again. Now, if the outside corner of your mouth is a little bit droopy, right? Because sometimes that happens. I always take my finger and pull off just the inside corner. If you notice that you've got lipstick on the inside of your teeth after you have this on, then you need to remove the inside edge of your lipstick, and that's simply by putting your finger in your mouth and pulling it out, right? I know I'm not going to do it now, but you get the drift there. So that's the whole look. Now, the last thing that I want to make mention is, what if you just want to tighten up that lip line so it looks absolutely perfect? here's what I recommend. A little bit of your highlight, a little bit of your concealer, and just grab it with your brush, you know, the liquid foundation brush. Better said than done. I might need to shift to a different brush that gives me more control. Better said than done. See how that looks a little bit messy? That's not how I want it. So I need to find my special wedgie brush. Here it is. Let me make sure that my wedgie brush, which gives me excellent control. There, I want that line to be precise. And then on the top, same thing. And I think I need to practice this more. So once you get that in place, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of lipstick to bring my line back edge. Better. So that's a practice step. That was something new that I learned from the video. So this is the first time I've tried it. So that's your Makeover Monday look. The before, the after. That's using the new Mary Kay skincare. And look at how great it looks on. I mean, I'm really impressed with this skincare. They always say if you want to have a level 10 makeup look, start with level 10 skincare. So that's your Makeover Monday for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should review everything that I did here. Okay, let's just bring it home. Okay, so first of all, I used my Mary Kay primer, ta-da, on my eyelid. Then the second thing that I did was I used my very light perfecting concealer on my eyelid, and then under eye corrector underneath that. Then the next thing that I did is my eyebrow, and I used two products there. I used Blonde Precision Eyebrow Pencil, and then I used eyeshadow, and I added that on. Then I went to my eye colors. And my eye colors that I have on is the Sunlit Rose, the Golden Mauve, and the Crystalline. And then I finished off with the brown waterproof. My desk right now is exploding with makeup. The brown waterproof eyeliner on top, and a little bit of a smudgy line down on the bottom. Then I finished off the eye with a little bit of Ultimate Mascara. Then I moved on to the complexion, where I did Mary Kay airbrushing with a CC cream in light to medium, and I mixed that with foundation primer and blended that all over, and then combed it down and combed it up to make sure that my pores were all filled in with the CC cream, and any lines that were present definitely got spackled in place. Then I finished off with the silky setting powder. And then on top of that, I put down translucent loose powder, and my blush is Shy Blush, and then a little bit of glazed highlighter over that. Then I went on to my lips and used the Mary Kay lip primer, outlined and added that to the actual lip zone area. Then I lined my lips with the new waterproof Berry lip liner and colored it in. And then from there, I added Appleberry lipstick. And then to correct any line, if it wasn't just precision perfect, then I went and took a little bit of very light very light perfecting concealer, and dabbed that on just to create that perfect, precise edge of the berry color along the lip edge. So that's the whole look. And again, thanks for watching. Catch me next Monday for another Makeover Monday. Bye.